Welcome to one more meeting of the We Are One project. Today I have here with me my co host Terry from the Scottsdale office and Susan Schwartz, our dear instructor. Welcome, Susan.
Thank you very much, Ale. I'm so happy to be back here again with everybody. And also welcoming all those new viewers who haven't had the opportunity to be with us as we are one.
Wonderful. We're glad that you were here from all over the world. Here in the chat, we see so many people entering. It's very special for us that you are taking this time to be here and share this moment of light, of relaxation, of breathing with us. Thank you. It's an honor for all of us to have you here with us.
Yeah, welcome, Susan.
Thank you, Terry. Yes.
I'm glad to have you, Terry, from Scottsdale.
Yes.
Thank you, Ali.
Welcome.
Welcome.
It's very important for us to know that it's such an unusual time and this opportunity for us to be able to connect with each other all around the world. For those of us that are on live, can you imagine? Years ago, we were never able to even entertain the thought that this could happen. And yet now, as we are isolated or staying in our homes and sheltering down, we have the ability to connect and communicate and be one with each other. It's just absolutely amazing. And I thank you all for taking the time to be with us and to be with me.
Wonderful. Let's start.
Yes. I'd like to first show the slide of We Are One so that everybody sees exactly that this is being offered by the International Faculty of Jin Shin Jyutsu, Inc. And you will see now and also at the end a website that you can go to get all the information you need if you want to attend to classes or want self-help books. All of that is available at the Jin Shin Jyutsu website and through the office that Terry is representing here on our webinar as he sits in the Scottsdale office. So there's so much more. This is 20 minutes that we'll be able to spend together to be one, to focus on our breath, and to look inside and find that peace and harmony that we also desire. I've thought a lot about what safety energy lock to talk about today, or where we should place our hands on the body, or what we should hold, what finger. And I thought about what was presented this week from my wonderful colleagues. Yoli Liebenstein talked about the 20s. And what year are we in? 2020. And they are here right at the forehead. What an incredible year we are starting out with. Even though it says that the COVID is COVID-19, we all were really introduced to it in this year, 2020. And my colleague, Anita Willoughby, she talked about the nines, which were located in the back, right below the base of the shoulder blade. But so many of us can't reach that. She talked about that we would hold our 19, which is located at the base, at the bend in the elbow, helping us to help our digestion, clearing our minds, and starting out anew every day in every breath. Yoli Liebenstein is in Sao Paulo. Anita Willoughby is in New York City. And then there was my brother, Jed Schwartz. And he talked about holding the ones, which are located right at the inside of the knee. It's a little hard for me to show you, but you'll see in a slide in a few minutes where the one is located. And that helps us with our breathing and the all movement of energy. Jed lives in Woodstock, New York. And yesterday, my colleague in Freiburg, Germany, Petra Endendorf talked about the mediator and being in the flow of all energy and having energy balance ourselves, our emotions, having us to create that awareness of the experience and letting it flow through so that we don't get stuck anywhere. I saw a connection with all of these presentations, and I realized it was all about this completion, the completion of the breath, the completion of being whole. We so much have the desire to be complete, to be safe, to be healthy, to be at peace. And so the safety energy lock that I'd like to talk about today is safety energy lock 22. Could you please show the first slide? One more. Here we see that Jin Shin Jyutsu, we have 26 safety energy locks. These are 26 locations throughout our body. They help energy to move. It's just like giving a little loving touch so that energy keeps moving along and that we connect in our awareness of who we are and what's happening in our bodies. Safety energy lock 22, as you see in the slide, is located right below the collarbone or the clavicle. You can either hold your right hand on the right 22 and the left hand on the left 22, or you can cross your hands and hold your right 22 with your left hand and your left 22 with your right hand. My colleague, Yoli Liebenstein, showed us this in her diagram on Monday. So could you show the next slide, please? Oh, let's go on. One more. That's where I'm holding both. Now I've crossed my hands and I'm holding the opposite. Have you seen in my images, I've given you an image of the torso. All right. So let everybody start holding their 22s. You can see whatever one is more comfortable for you, holding the same side or crossing your hands and holding the opposite. I thought a lot about what image I would show you. And I came up with the torso. Ancient sculptures that we look at in museums show us the torsos from the Greek and Roman sculptures. Going back into time, ancient time. The wisdom of Jin Shin Jyutsu is very ancient, and it connects us to all civilizations throughout the world, past and present. And it connects us to the harmony of our next step into the future, being harmonious with our breath and the breath of air. Can I see the next slide, please? Thank you. Now you see you have two choices. And yet, in Jin Shin Jyutsu, we have many, many possibilities. If this was uncomfortable for you, you could just then hold an index finger, either your left or your right, anyway, as long as it's lovingly. So this index finger will help open up this collarbone, this 22. And we know that anytime that we have any kind of attitudes that we hold inside our body, our shoulders and our collarbone starts to contract, and it will affect our breathing. When we expand our collarbone, then our breath gets to expand, and we get to be able to fill our entire lungs. We have an additional safety energy locks that we can hold. If holding up at, our flexibility wasn't so very great, or we had tightness in our shoulders and it was difficult to hold the 22s. We have the option of holding the 19, which is located at the bend of the elbow. We could just hold a 19, or we could hold a 19 and an opposite 1. And the 1 is located right at the inside of the knee. And I have an image to show you so that during our meditation today, you have the option of holding either of these safety energy locks or these locations or the finger. So now choose which one is comfortable for you as we begin our journey of understanding how placing our hands on our body and holding a finger, the 22s or the 19 or the 19 and the opposite one, helps completion, helps our breath. So you can close your eyes or you could keep your eyes open. The most important thing for me is that you're comfortable, that you have your fingers or your hand touching your body so that you can start to begin to feel the energy moving. Safety Energy Lock 22 tells us and helps us to be happy and content no matter where we are, whether we're isolated in our home, alone, or with a whole family in a small quarters. It allows me to think more objectively and reasonably without emotion. It helps me to know it is as it is. Please start feeling your breath, becoming aware of the expansion and contraction. As you exhale and let go, and how the inhalation expands your chest and your 22s. It helps you to broaden your experience beyond 4 walls or your house or your apartment, but the experience of connecting to the oneness, to the completion of who we are. It's about integration of energy, the invisible with the visible. Our breath is invisible, and yet our body is the visible form of energy. This breath enables all of the functions of the body to be in harmony. Every single organ, every single cell, our mind, our spirit, helps us let go of our emotions. Safety Energy Lock 22 is right under this collarbone, and it's also the site of thought and our voice, our verbal communication, our thyroid and our parathyroid. Placing our hands on the body helps all of our organs to be in harmony and to function properly. At this incredible time of our lives, we have the opportunity to let go of our thoughts, to not be bombarded by all the thoughts of the world, fear, confusion. Our 22s allow that thoughts to move from our minds so that we don't have buildup. We don't feel caught up in those emotions of fear, worry, sadness. It helps us to adapt to all situations, new ones, environmental change. As you're holding your 22s, be aware of how your breath is changing, settling down, how you are letting go of attachments. And just being one. It is creating a free flow of energy throughout the whole body. These 22s are areas that everything, all the energy that helps the body to function, gathers and disperses. I think of it as a railroad station, and I want to keep it open and clear and expansive. And in expansiveness, I can feel my lungs filling more with the air of life. I can feel my heart relaxing, letting go of the tension, of the nervousness, and moving into a wonderful rhythm. The rhythm that connects all of us. It helps to integrate us, all of our functionings, integrating our physical body, our energetic body, so that we are connected together. Can you feel that? It is as it is, without effort, without doing, just being. I shared with you that the 22s are about adaptation. And when I would go to the museum and I would see the mummies in the museum, left from another civilization, their hands were always holding their 22s, adapting to the world that they were moving into. With every breath, we move into a new world, a new space, a new time, a new now. Let our new now be filled with light, with air, the purity of the air of the Creator that creates all of us in whatever name we call the Creator. And in this time, let us give thanks for having the opportunity to be with ourselves, to let go of the distractions that take us away from ourselves, to feel the real connection with oneness, with myself. And know that oneness is the same for each one of us, and therefore connecting us as we are one. Exhaling and inhaling. Balancing and harmonizing our thoughts. Expanding and contracting. Allowing us to have wings to fly. To be anew. To be the butterfly. To be. Mediating our feelings, our emotions. Allowing us to be in the flow and river of life. Feeling the warmth and the fire filling our chest as the energy descends and ascends with our breath. The invisible to the visible. Invisible energy becoming visible and then moving back to become invisible again. As it circulates throughout each one of us, I am happy and content wherever I am and whatever my situation is and my circumstances. When I am one with the breath and my awareness of myself and the awareness of the energy that sources me. I'm feeling my wings expand, my breath balanced in harmony with the rhythm of the exhale and the inhale. I know I have these tools that are always with me. So when I lose the awareness of myself and my harmony and my peace, I can always go to my finger, in this case, my index finger, which also represents fear, or the attitude of fear that has me pulled in and constricted and lets me feel courageous, which helps me to expand. The amalgamation of everything. The oneness. The joy. The peace. Feel your feet on the ground. Be aware of your breath. Be aware of your body. I want to thank you so much for this time together. I look forward to meeting you all in person someday. Hold your finger. Hold your 22s. Hold your 1s or your 19 and just be happy. Thank you, everyone. Be safe. Wear your masks.
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands, right? I think that everyone is washing their hands all the time. Where I live, we all have to wear masks as of tomorrow, wherever we go, except I guess in our own homes. So I think it might be a way of the future.
Yes.
Right? But we still can see through the Creator's eyes. Thank you.
Amen. Amen.
Right.
We have 2 news for
Oh.
all of you. So first, here are our links from our offices all over the world and all our social media channels. If you want to be in contact with us, you can follow us there. And tomorrow, Anita Willoughby, that Susan mentioned earlier today, that she offered our webinar during this week, she's going to offer a 2-hour study group tomorrow, right,
Yes.
Terry?
Yes, that's right.
2 hours tomorrow, yeah.
So to support all of our students who have already done the 5-day class, you can enroll for the webinar, a very relevant topic for this moment, which is detoxing and regenerating flows to harmonize our immune system. So that will be more of a lecture and study group. So with a longer time for 2 hours. And the Jin Shin Jyutsu office and the faculty are offering a special discount during this moment on the webinar and also on products in the online bookstore, right, Terry?
Yeah, that's correct.
For the next 14 days. So if you want to get some books and study and practice, we're doing our best to be supportive of your needs. And the other good news that I have for you is that this would be our last meeting of
That's
season
not good news.
2. But we talked to Netflix and our series is renewed. And after tomorrow's webinar with Anita, for those who have taken the 5-day classes and want to be a part of it, we will resume our We Are One webinars, but now season 3, starting on Sunday. And I am going to leave the link here in the chat room so you can enroll. It's not automatic. So each season that we start, you can re-enroll and it's free. All right. We are very thankful for your presence here with us today. Would you like to say something, Susan?
Yes. I want to thank everyone and know that this is really from the heart, an offering from the faculty. And so Anita's webinar that is being offered on Saturday is very different. It's for the Jin Shin Jyutsu students who have already studied and attended a 5-day class. So if any of you are interested that have not attended a 5-day class, I'm looking forward to in the future that we're able to all be together and start resuming our 5-day classes so that you can participate. But we will be continuing these free We Are One starting on Sunday. I also want to thank my heart, right? And it keeps expanding the more I feel this gratitude to my colleagues for participating, for Terry from the office that's holding up the office, right? And for my dearest, and I'm so grateful to be able to call you my friend, Ale, who has facilitated and orchestrated so that we were able to have these, not only in English, but this morning you were doing the Portuguese, and I think that there's another Spanish. They're happening all over in multiple languages, not only bilingual languages, when Chus was able to do it speaking 2 languages at one time or simultaneously, but they're offered all over, so that if you speak another language other than English, there's also the opportunity that you can listen to the other broadcasts of We Are
Yes.
One.
They're all available on YouTube.
Okay, great. And today is a very special day. I want to thank Ale, and I want you all to send a very special blessing to this marvelous man who today is celebrating the light of his being coming here down to earth. Thank you so much, and happy, happy birthday, Ale.
Happy birthday, Ali. Hey.
It's
Wow.
such a joy being here with us, with you all, sharing this moment of light and love, and spreading this to the world is the best gift I could ever receive. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Be well.
See you next series 3, starting Sunday. Enroll now. The link is above the chat window. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye,
Have a
everyone.
good day.
Bye. See you
Bye.
tomorrow.